What's up, everybody? Real quick, jumping into the live stream before we get into anything else. There's a trade set up on GU happening right now as we get onto the stream. So I'm setting this up in MT5, and then I will get back to you. So give me just 1 second here. What a way to start the stream. Hop on and immediately see your setup forming right in front of your face. So I'm just getting this set up. And two, 3, 9, 8. Is that right? All right, looks good. Give me just another minute here, almost ready to go. I was watching this setup early this morning when I got up, and it did actually play out just nicely. We've had some pop up into buy side liquidity. We've had displacement lower, breaker with a fair value gap. And there we go. All right. Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right. I love it when that happens. Love it when we get on the stream and the first thing we do is call out a trade. That's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and copy this image over, and I'm going to do a trade alert. Oops. All right, our entry is 1.24239. Our stop loss, my stop loss, excuse me, is 124,353, and TP is 1.23998. We're going to post that, send it out, and there we go. I'm going to grab this, throw it in the Discord as well, in case anyone is over there watching. Somebody in Discord, Cisco, time to get swerved. Yeah, that's hilarious. Likely, you know, that happens. If I see a setup, it's going to get swerved. That's definitely what's going to happen. So, oh, shoot, I forgot to get my coffee. I saw all of this, and I forgot to get my coffee. Dang it, I need to go get that, or else it's going to be a long, frustrating morning. But welcome in, everybody. The 10K to $2 million funding challenge. This is the, I know it's shocking that we're calling a trade because we do nothing here most of the day. But here we are. We're calling it. It's happening. It is happening. I was quickly looking through everything else. I don't really see much of anything else going on right now. GJ closed down below this daily fair value gap and then has since rallied back up above it. It'll be interesting to see how GJ closes out this week. Dollar has closed out and above its volume imbalance. It's come back down now. I would anticipate still a stronger dollar here. Again, I don't know that today we get all the way up here. It could be next week. Perhaps this is the high of the week next week. I don't know. But I do think we're going to have a stronger dollar. I think we take out yesterday's high. You can see we closed back above this this volume imbalance right here. We closed above that yesterday as we opened today in the London session, dropped back down into it. If it breaks through it, it becomes an inverse volume gap, and so we anticipate it to hold price up. And we see that happening currently. And I do think yesterday's high is still going to get taken out here. That's still my draw on liquidity is yesterday's high first, and then we have this up here. But we'll see. We'll see how it wants to play out. But GU, definitely, I like the setup. We can get a run back up through this breaker, or into this breaker, fill in that fair value gap, and then a drop down into yesterday's low is what I am anticipating. So we'll see how that goes. But you had a beautiful, this is the setup. We're in a bearish bias. We're expecting lower prices. You've run liquidity here and here, and quick stab up, quick displacement down after you've tapped into buy side liquidity. There's your 15-minute breaker. This run of liquidity right here began at this last down close candle. Down close, push up into liquidity, displacement back through the old low, leaves behind a breaker block and a fair value gap nested inside of it, and that's what we're targeting. So get in there. Our stop is above the candle that created it's above this 15-minute order block and above the candle that created the fair value gap. And our TP is 1 to 2, just over 1 to 2, and it still is down here in line with the sell side liquidity. So really nice looking setup here on GU right when we get on the stream. So happy to see that. But welcome in to the 10K to $2 million current of the funding challenge, sponsored by our incredible partners, Bespoke Funding Program. They sponsor the live stream here, and because of that, we're giving away a 10K account today at 9 a.m. New York time. So in just about 2 hours, we will do a 10K account giveaway, and I'll tweet something out when we get closer to there, and then you guys will just go repost it as per our usual chain of events for the 10K account giveaways that we do every week. So hopefully one of you loyal viewers will walk away with a 10K account that you can start trading on next week. So we've had a few guys in here that have already passed phase 1 of their challenges, their free challenges that they've won. No one yet has passed phase 2 and become funded, but that's only just a matter of time. Oh, it's just a matter of time. So, yep. Got all my Astros gear on today. Let's go, baby. We're in the playoff races. We're in the final, I don't know, I think we have like 10 or 11 games left of the regular season. We're holding on to first place in the American League West. And, you know, we've got some big series coming up, so I'm trying to support them as best I can right now. I'm wearing all the gear, sending out good crushed orange vibes to my boys. Let's go. All right. If we clear out this sell side liquidity, we're gonna have to cancel this order, but hoping we get a little bit of some resistance right here through this area that we get a retrace on before we do that. But, you know, if not, Euro, we might have some opportunity on Euro. We've cleared out some buy-side liquidity here. So if we get some displacement down through here, we do have a fair value gap currently. if this candle could get some push down, we might be able to get something up in there. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to have to go get some coffee here in a second, but I wanted to get on and get this all set up right from the top so we have something to watch and talk about. John, good morning. Beeswax, Adrian, Ben A, Mr. Alfie, A-Shock, LOL, Saeem, Ben A again. Where's the buy side liquidity on the GU setup? Right here. All right here. Took out all these highs. So it took out this swing high. It took out this swing high. And then it's displaced. So this is the setup that we look for right here. We want to see if we're bearish bias. We want to see buy side liquidity taken in the opposite direction of our bias, and then we want to see displacement away after buy side liquidity is taken, and then we just identify our breaker, our fair value gap, and there it is, done. Bastion, thanks, man. Orange. I don't know if it looks great on me, but it looks good. Being an Astro fan, I'll wear it. Brad, you look like you escaped from prison. I like it. Got my prison uniform on today. I'll take it. It's fine. Did you see Vivek Ramaswamy? No. What did Mr. Ramaswamy? What did I miss? Is he an Astros fan? The Astros gets covered when you get near to the camera. Then it looks like prisoner costume. I can't make it go up any higher. It's going the wrong way. It needs to go that way. Astros, baby, let's go. GU looks nice if we can get a retrace. That's the name of the game. We need a retrace. That's the name of the game. What's up, Chase? Good morning. He's standing for USA president. Oh, yeah, no. Vivek Ramaswamy is running for the U.S. president. Yes, I am aware of him, and I'm aware of his candidacy, and he's a cool guy. I kind of like what he has to say a lot of the times. So I don't think he really has a chance to win the nomination because he's running against Trump, and the groundswell and fervor and frothing behind seeing Trump have another term is, I don't know how he overcomes that. And I'm not necessarily a huge Trump fan either. I said this yesterday. When you walk into the voting booth anywhere in the world, I feel like it's a choice between the best of the worst options every time. And I don't know how we got there. There are so many amazing, great people in the world, and how we have the best of the worst options as our choices to lead us forward is pretty frustrating. Good morning, David Dreams. Simon says Trump might win this one, but he will surely come for the next ones. He's got a lot of, like I said, he's got a lot of good things to say, a lot of strong positions, and very well could have a future. There's a lot of people that like what he has to say. So, oh. All right, so it's Friday. I still think that my bias is still bearish on GU and EU. We do have a little bit of red folder news today, but it's not news that would keep me out of this trade right here. The Empire State Manufacturing Index at 8:30 is not one that I will avoid trading. I will trade through that. And then at 10 a.m., you do have the preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment. And that is also one that I will be, if I'm in a trade, I hopefully will be at break even by then, but it's not much of a concern to my trading strategy there. It often is not, neither one of those are ones where you get massive slippage and huge gaps And like you get with CPI or PPI or interest rates or unemployment numbers, all that kind of stuff, they might bring some volatility. You might get a quick move in one direction, but it's not gonna do anything like you would see on CPI where it's up here and then all of a sudden the next candle starts down here. So that's kind of the vibe that we're going for, is just trading those setups that we see. This is the setup we see, and this is what we will pay attention to. And hopefully we get a little pullback here before we run that sell side liquidity. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The Loyalty family says, could you look at NU? We can take a look at NU. Excuse me. It's on a trending down. It's in a downtrend. Sorry, I can't talk. We're looking for weaker prices. We are obviously bullish dollar, so we're bearish on. We would be bearish on this pair. So in light of that, we've traded back up into this fair value gap, and price has respected it. All these bodies. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 4 days rejecting off of this fair value gap. We have not taken out yesterday's high. We have failed to do that. We've taken out buy side liquidity there. I would only be looking to take a sell on NU. For me to be able to do that, I'm gonna need to see buy side liquidity taken, which we've seen there. Displacement through. You could identify potentially this down close candle here as a breaker. Maybe this one right here, the 30-minute candle. This was the last down close candle before we took out buy side liquidity, and then we displaced through it. So this candle right here is your breaker. You obviously have a nice fair value gap. So looking for a short somewhere up here would be ideal. Currently, what I would be looking for is maybe this 15-minute candle, a pullback up into this fair value gap might be another play. If you continue to get displacement through this area, you could look over here, potentially right here. So I would be looking for shorts. There's no breaker setup for me specifically, but I would just be looking for sells here. So any move back up into this area, I'd be looking to sell. And then I would be waiting to see if we get continued displacement lower here. Your draw on liquidity is going to be down here in these lows. This is your initial draw on liquidity, sell side right here. Below all these lows. But currently, there's not a great play that I see yet. So just some more patience needed there on NU, I think. GU looks like it's not wanting to participate and with us and dance a little bit with the Venator trading guys. Mr. Alfie says, I've heard Trump talk a lot but never actually say anything. That's it's not just Trump, man. That's pretty much the definition of any politician ever. A lot of talking, not saying anything. LOL says, I'm proud of myself. I only took one trade this week, and I learned this patience from you. I want to thank you on behalf of your community. Brandon, you are legend, and you'll stay legend. God bless you. Did you just compare me to Joe Biden? Mr. LOL, man, I'm so grateful that you are seeing a difference because of what you're learning here on the live stream. So I'm very grateful very grateful that you are here and watching and that it's being helpful to your own trading journey. That was the whole point of why I started the stream in the first place. So that warms my heart to hear that the influence I'm having on other traders that were struggling is starting to pay off. So grateful for that. What's up, Corey? OG Corey still in the house, man. Corey, how's the account going? What's up? A-Shock, if this trade hits take profit with us, Uncle Brad will celebrate by becoming Bradwick, firing a shotgun on the stream. That's never going to happen. Maybe we need to get some kind of like cool thing going where my camera is off centered. We need to get some cool thing going where we celebrate hidden TPs on the live stream. But where's Ezekiel? Hello, Emmanuel. Good afternoon. Mr. Alfred Brad, have you changed the settings on the chat so you're not ignoring anyway today? I'm glad that you said that. No, I have not. I need to, there we go. Okay. Let me just scroll back up and make sure I didn't miss anything. But I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me why they have top chat and live chat. That's the dumbest thing ever. Dumbest thing ever. But now I've got it. Kishore Sin, I'm here, bro. Cool. Welcome in, Kishore. Or Kaishore. I'm not sure how you say your name. I just make it up as I go. So I read what's on the screen in my horrible Texan English. And hopefully I get it right. No, we're not shooting off a shotgun. Don't forget the coffee. Yeah, Andy, I'm going to have to run up there and get some coffee in just a minute. So I just want to kind of get through all the good mornings and hellos, talk through our trade setup that we've already got live. Where are the emojis? Oh, gosh, we haven't put our emojis on the screen. Maybe we should. I don't know. The last couple of times we used them, they have not worked. They have not done what we need them to do. Corey says, sadly lost the funded before getting a payout, but I've learned a lot. I'll get it back. Man, I'm sorry, dude. I've lost funded accounts. You're going to lose a funded account. You're going to get funded. You're going to do all the work to get funded, and you're going to lose it. And it's not the end of your journey. It's just part of the process. So you've done it once. You've done it twice. You can get back there, and you can do it again. So stay patient. Use my discount code and get you a good bespoke challenge. And you'll be right back in there, Corey. You got this. LOL, sorry for the mistake, but I thought Brad was a short form of Brandon. I once read John saying it. No, don't ever listen to what John says. John does. Don't ever take John's advice or think anything he says is accurate. Brad is typically short for Bradley or Bradford. But my official mama gave me my name. It's just Brad. It's not Bradley. It's not Bradford. It's not Brandon. It's just Brad. No, it's not short for anything because it's already short. John. Don't egg John on. We do not need that today. Kishore, trade with precision, not to impress. I agree, Kishore. I agree. You are here to we're here to execute our trading setups. We're not here. You're never here to impress anyone. We're not doing anything to try to impress anyone. We are only just trying to we're just trying to execute at a high level our trading plan. So it makes me laugh how Americans name their kids after shithole areas in the UK like Bradford. I had no idea there was a place in the UK named Bradford. And yeah. Brad is definitely an English name, I believe, though. Like I think it's definitely English ancestry kind of a name. I think it means like broad meadow or something. I don't know. He absolutely does do that stuff on purpose, 100%. Ashjan Aya says, what do you think when you're going to achieve your 2 million goal? I just going to keep trading, man. I'll just keep trading. I don't know that I'm going to keep doing the live stream, but we'll just keep trading. No change, nothing to think about. Just keep executing. Just keep trying to add more funds to, excuse me, what we're managing. All right, there's the first John. That's the sign. I need to go get my coffee. Let me go get my coffee, and then I'll be right back. Y'all hang tight. All right, now. There we go. There we go. And I need to get my my other stream monitoring going here. Y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. Have you seen this guy called It's Donvo who live streams? He's 23 and only 22 pips from compounding his 147K account to 1 million. Huge respect. I've seen his stream before. I have absolutely seen his stream before. Cool dude, and interesting way to trade. Very interesting strategy that he trades and the way that he trades. He's a scalper. Often just trying to get 5 pips here or 8 pips there, that kind of thing. But yeah, he's got a huge live stream. I mean, he's got a couple thousand people that watch him live stream every day. But he has it's very, very interesting way to trade. I think he only ever really trades gold, or I think occasionally he might do GJ, but I think it's mostly gold. So Ben A, ain't no way John is named after some. John. Prashant, good morning. Good morning, Prashant. Welcome in. Martin Chamba. Welcome in, guys. Seeing some new names in the chat today, and I'm glad you guys are here watching the live stream. We will be doing a $10,000 giveaway, a $10,000 account giveaway from Bespoke Funding at 9 a.m. New York time. So we've got about an hour and a half, and we will do that giveaway here live on the stream here this morning. I did see ICT watched and commented on Casper's live stream. Casper was live streaming his Top Step account, and ICT, I saw he jumped in there. That's pretty cool. Good morning, George, or afternoon. Rather, for you, I believe it's afternoon. Continuing to see some weakness here on GU. Not sure we're going to get the pullback that we want. Unfortunately, it does not look like that's going to cooperate for us. Not much else to really look at or view right now. There's just not a whole lot. It could just be a dead Friday. Where the weekly expansion has happened. I think there's still some room on the weekly expansion. When you look at the average weekly range, I think we still have some room here on EU to come down further. And will be interesting to see how this closes against this sell side liquidity. It's only just barely tapped into it right now. So I'm interested to see how do we close this week out. I would like to see a stronger weekly close below here. Quite honestly. So on Euro, we did take out yesterday's low, but on GU we did not. On DXY we did not. So, I don't know. I would be surprised if it rallies all the way back up into the new week opening gap that we just blew through today. I would be a little bit surprised by that. Technically, you have a bearish breaker on the daily time frame right here. Now that you've traded through this order block and violated it and closed below it, you displaced below it. This last down close candle, there's a fair value gap. Like today, if this one closes lower next week, I would anticipate the high of the week being somewhere up inside this. If it leaves behind a fair value gap here today, it's the same thing that happened right here. Same thing that happened right here. You have a breaker, it displaced below. You left behind a fair value gap inside of this breaker block, and price rejected. The high of the week was on Tuesday, and then we just fell off a cliff. Very similar if it does that again today, wherein you close below this yesterday, creates a breaker block. This displaced closed right here off of this breaker block. Sorry, I need to get that up. You can't see that. This breaker block right here. Depending on how this candle closes, if it leaves behind this fair value gap, this could be the high of the week next week. So that's why I would like to see Euro close bearish today. We'll see. We'll see. And there goes GU. Oh, man. Come on. Are you kidding me? Why you got to play us like that? Well, I'd rather see this. I'd rather see it just fall off a cliff and run sell side liquidity besides reversing and then just swerving us, which is what has been happening as we just get swerved, completely swerved. That's frustrating. It still hasn't run yesterday's low, so until it runs yesterday's low, I'm gonna leave this on for right now. But I thought we were about to get a little turn right here off of that up close candle, and just could not do it. It just couldn't do it. That sucks. On the 1 hour though, you still could potentially get another breaker. You know, it's just going to take a longer time to play out for this breaker setup right here to play out. That would be probably next week. You do have this drawn liquidity still down here for GU. You have these swing levels here, and then this ultimate swing level right here. But these daily wicks right here underneath yesterday's low is probably where it wants to tap into. I don't know that it gets down here today. That could be next week. But frustrating to see not get a pullback after that displacement. Grab that buy side and then displace. Just want to see, we just wanted a little bit of a retrace there before it fell off, and it doesn't look like we're going to get that. How much are you funded in total? I am funded in the mid six figures. That's the second time I've been swerved today. It happens, man. You don't need to worry about that. Ajjad, well, it's the middle of the six figures. So I don't, it's not 500K. It's a little less than 500K, but I don't, my wife and I have agreed that she does not want me to share our financial stuff online as much as possible. So anything beyond this stream is we've agreed to I've agreed to maintain as private information for her. She doesn't want to have all of that out there, which I respect. And so that's why I don't give specifics on any of the other accounts. I'm keeping everything just to this live stream right now. I will be fully transparent and authentic with anything that happens on this live stream, but everything else beyond that, you're not getting. Does your wife trade? No, my wife does not trade. Muhammad, I know you've been getting swerved quite a bit. You have been getting swerved quite a bit. I've seen that on the Discord. It's fine, man. It'll eventually, it all plays out over 100 trades worth of trades. It all plays out, and you don't need to worry about it. You'll get all your entries. I thought 50K. Oh, 50K, that's only 4 figures. Oh, did I say 6? I said 6. Yeah, that's 50K is 5. I was just saying what mid. Oh yeah, mid six was it. Mid six figures is $500,000, and I don't have that. It's a little less than that. Got to do what the wife wants. I do have to do. You do have to. You do need to do. You need to be respectful of your marriage partner. 100%. We're in this together, and you know, I'm just trying to do the best I can to make my wife happy. Happy wife, happy life. No, I do not believe in evil eye. I think that's sensible. Just because you're on here helping doesn't mean we all need to know personal financial details. There's a balance. I mean, that's basically what it is, Mr. Alfie. There's other stuff going on behind the scenes that other people know what I do, and we just don't want all that information out there. It's not helpful for other situations in our life as well. So it's we just private people. So, but we did have a deal that, you know, whatever happens on the live stream, that happens. So any payouts or certificates or funding we get on the live stream, fair game. Do I know the point it will retrace? You made the right decision not sharing this. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. How long have you been trading? And yes, still risking 2%. I've been trading for almost 5 years now. Coming up on 5 years. Only in the last year and a half to 2 have I been profitable and funded and consistently receiving payouts. It took basically 3.5, 4 years almost to really get to a place where I was profitable. Yeah, I am still risking 2%. I risk 2% because of the data that I have over the last 100 trades in a live market. So because I have that data, I am more than happy and confident to continue risking 2%. I know what my max losing streak is. I know what my win rate is. And I use the data and the probabilities and the statistics to confidently have the risk profile that I use. Simon says, one thing I found out that by sitting on the desk and typing, wrist gets painful. I had a terrible night with pain. You are 100% correct. Sitting on a desk and you're typing or you're using the mouse all the time, it can definitely get very painful in the wrist joint. You got to be careful about that. Ashad says, FTMO versus TFT versus BFP. Which one would you honestly recommend? Honestly, would recommend bespoke funding above all of those. TFT is the other account that I am funded with. And they've been great. Haven't had really any issues to speak of with TFT, but Bespoke has better spreads, better commissions, better execution. They have a larger maximum allocation of $1 million for a 2-step and $1 million for 1-step. TFT has a max of 600, so it's almost twice as much maximum allocation that you can use. So I would definitely go with bespoke funding. Of course, they are sponsoring the stream, so you were like, oh, well, you would say that they're sponsoring the stream. Well, it's more than just that. That really is. They just have a better overall offering to their challenges, to their trading conditions, their brokers, their back end, all of it. I think it's just better, slightly better. But TFT is great. If you use my discount code Venator, you do get 15% off. I know they have a discount going on. I think it's like 22% or 22.5% or something. That's a great discount. And just use the link in my YouTube bio, and the stream will still get credit for that. I'm trying to keep the stream as free as possible for everyone. So one of the ways that you can do that is to use that discount code, or just use that link when you go to purchase your challenge, and it will continue to allow all that we do here to be free of charge. The Discord group, free of charge. The YouTube live stream, free of charge. Just here every day trying to help as many people as I can figure out exactly how to do this. So we still left yesterday's low in place. I'm going to leave this limit order on. Yesterday's low is the drawn liquidity that I was targeting. Left it in place. Tapped into these lows here, and we're getting a little pullback now off of that. So we'll see what kind of reactions we get here. DPS Capital, good morning. Welcome in. Welcome into the stream. Saim says, Ashjad Ayaz BFP is your best choice. I agree. Barrett Lauer, what made you profitable? Self-discipline, not breaking my rules, following and executing one set strategy, and not taking way fewer trades limiting the amount of trades I could take, and then following the rules to my trading plan. Just actually just doing what profitable traders are doing. Really, I just reverse engineered what are the profitable traders doing. I need to start doing that. I need to stop doing what the other 90% of the people are doing that are failing all the time, which was me. I was in that club. And instead, what are all those guys over there that are getting all these payouts? What are they doing? I'm going to start doing that. Well, they're taking fewer trades. They're professional system managers. They're not they're not actually traders. They're system managers, which means they have a system in front of them. They have checkbox, 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 checkbox. And if all those checkboxes are checked, they take the trade. And if one of those boxes is missing, they shut the chart and they go away and they come back the next day to wait for it. So it was just a simple choice of executing the system and not doing anything else, because I got tired of being a loser, a consistent loser. You're always going to lose in this game, and I got okay with that, but I was not okay with the repeated failure and the repeated rule breaking and promise breaking that I was doing over and over and over and over. You get to a point where you understand that the emotional pain that you feel inside about making stupid decisions is lying to you, and you're just letting the inner 5-year-old take control and start running your account for you. And that's always going to end in disaster. So basically, growing up, being mature and taking control is what really led to becoming profitable. Simon says, I'm using BFP. Let me tell you, BFP has one of the best conditions. Yes, they do. I agree. Yash Rathi, will you still be taking this trade? Yes, I am still going to keep this limit order in. It did not take out yesterday's low, which is I still feel like it's going to do. So I'm leaving this limit order in place. John says, Brad, when setting London high-low, what times do you use? I use 1 a.m. And then, so like, for instance, what is this right here? 4:45. So 1 a.m. is right here. So this was the low. This was the high. There's your high and low of the London session right there. Typically, I'll stop after 6 a.m., 6 or 7, before the 7 a.m. So New York time. I'll pull that. So London came down. We put in a low. We put in a high. We taken out the London low. And now we're waiting for a simple retrace back up into the breaker that was created off of the London low. So we have this breaker on the London low right here. This is the 3:15 a.m. candle. We put in a low. We ran out the high, the Asian highs, and the current London high. We ran that, and then we displaced immediately down through it. And there's your setup. And now we're just waiting for that pullback to run yesterday's low. It left it in place, which I was glad to see. Glad to see that it left that in place from yesterday. So hopefully we get a little bit of a pullback here. You can see that pullback would put us just into a premium level, not quite to the OTE, but into a premium level of this last leg down. Stop is up above the order block, above at the top of the OTE level there. So I'm happy with that. And hopefully we do get a little pullback here. John, but you go to 7 a.m. No, I think technically the London kill zone is... So the London session for me starts at 1 a.m. That's when I consider the London session starting. And then between... It just depends, but 5 a.m. But I really like to use structure, John, more than a specific time. So I will use the London structure that's in place more than a specific candle or time, if that makes sense. Let me see if I can find another example of that, of what I mean. So for instance, like right here, this may be a good example. I don't know. I'm just looking at it. You have your London open here. The high of the London was up here, right? And the low of London was right here. But you come into the 6 a.m. and you can see that we put in another swing level underneath the that London low. So this 530 candle displaces through. So I would really be looking at this structure right here as the overnight move. So the London high before the New York's kill zone comes in, this is where I would pull my fib from. And I would be looking for a move back up into that area. It didn't get up there that day, but so I used the London, obviously the London session structure, and then I just look, I just kind of look and let my eye lead me to where I want it to go, basically. It's not, there's some discretion there, I know. That's not a super clean, clear answer, but that's how I do it. Simbazo, welcome in. Doing well, hope you're well. Kishore Sin, many prop firms engage in simulated trading for their traders. What do you think is more suitable for traders, simulated or real? Well, I mean, I don't know how to answer that question, because if you're trading for a funding firm and they're using that, you're just trading a simulated account, you're trading live market data. And the profits that you make on that account are real. So I'm not exactly sure how to best answer that question. It's all real trading to me, because it's real money being paid out, whether you're trading a demo account or not. So whether they want to actually book you and copy your trades into their live market books, that's up to them. The reality is that it's all real trading. This is all real trading. Whether you have a live account, your own personal funded account, a prop firm account, it's all real trading. And it all has real life consequences and real life dollars that get paid out to you. So it doesn't matter to me whether it says simulated or demo or live. It doesn't matter. It really comes down to, can you just execute your trading plan? Can you execute your trading plan? If you can, you're probably going to be okay. And if you can't, you're going to fail and lose and just stay in the 90% club and never reach funding. Bullish dollar for the rest of Q4. What do we think? Big bearish fair value gap on the DXY. Do I think it's bullish for the rest of this year? No. Well, I mean, I guess it could be. We're in an uptrend. Until we see this structure get broken and we see the dollar begin to show some weakness. And the only draw on liquidity and the only bias I have right now is that we take out these relative equal highs right here. Once we take that out, then you've got these relative equal highs, by the way, correspond with a fair value gap and a volume imbalance right here. This volume imbalance and then this fair value gap right above it they all correspond together. So that's why there's such a big draw on liquidity right there. You have that volume imbalance with this tiny little fair value gap right there. That's why we're going to go up there. It's going to tap up into that. Now, once we get there, I don't know. You do have a larger fair value gap and you have more draws of liquidity, obviously. Buy side draws of liquidity higher. But that doesn't mean that once we tap into, this is a massive pool of liquidity right here. Once we tap into that, just like there was a massive pool of liquidity right here, we tapped into that, and then what happened? We shot off. So once we tap into this buy side liquidity, it could just very well come right back down into this range that we've created here and start heading lower. I think long term, the dollar's going to fall. When I say long term, I think over the next year or years, the dollar is going to have a lot of weakness. I don't see how they can maintain dollar strength. They're going to have to turn the printers back on and print more money. The debt is out of control. There are major debt buyers that are no longer buying American dollars, and they're actually selling them, like China and Russia and the BRICS countries are de-dollarizing. So there's an attack against the dollar to knock it off of its world reserve currency status. And I think there's just economic factors in play here in the States that interest rates are still rising. The debt payments alone on interest, the deficit in which we're running, and the amount of dollars they're going to have to print to keep buying their own debt, which is insane to me. It's just creating an incredibly dangerous cycle, and eventually, it will collapse on itself. It will completely fall. Inflation is still rising, as we've seen over the last couple of months. It's not getting cheaper here in the States at all. It's getting more expensive for everything: fuel, food, rent, electricity, just everything in general is just getting super expensive. So, for instance, my wife and I got coffee yesterday. We were out of coffee. If you saw the live stream yesterday, we were out of coffee. And so she went out and brought back two Starbucks. A year ago, if she would have brought back two Starbucks coffees, it would have been like, I don't know, probably $9. But for two coffees, like $4.50 a cup or something. And yesterday, she walks in with 2 cups, just 2 grande coffees, $16.75 for 2 cups of coffee. Now, that's you may live in part of the world where that doesn't sound crazy, but here that's crazy. That's an insane amount of money for 2 cups of coffee. It's ridiculous. And that's literally every time you go to the grocery store right now. What you would used to spend $50 and come home with, now you're spending over $100 to $125 on. It's getting out of control. And that's why I say eventually that rant that I just went on is really just more about, I think the dollar's going to continue to strengthen here. And it's going to continue to rise. And then at some point, it's going to roll over. It's going to want to try to grab some more sell side liquidity somewhere where, like it did here, it ran up to this drawn liquidity. And right before it took it out, what did it do? It ran down, grabbed sell side liquidity, and then bull rushed that buy side. Same here. Came up into right to this drawn liquidity, came down, rebalanced, grabbed some internal sell side liquidity, and then bull rushed this. Could be doing something similar here where we come right up to it, pause, come back down, maybe next week, grab some, and then rush it again next week. So, but eventually, once it taps into this major pool of liquidity up here, all bets are off. I don't know after that. We're just going to have to watch and wait. And until I see some structure broken and a change of structure happen, I'm going to continue to be bullish, I think, on the dollar for here over the next couple weeks at least. And unless we see some big, huge news events that just, start sending it lower back down into this area. But what another beautiful breaker right here off of our system. We stabbed down into sell side liquidity and then immediately displaced higher. And you had a beautiful breaker that price came right back down into after we displaced above it, came right back down into the 50% line of that breaker and then shot up again. So once we do get into this liquidity area here for dollar, I would imagine that I will become more neutral. My bias will be bullish to neutral. Like I will still be looking for buys probably, but I'll be the needle kind of moves back to the middle of let's wait and see what happens a little bit right here. But until then, I'll remain slightly bullish on DXY. Still not getting any kind of displacement here on Eurodollar. DXY is holding above this volume imbalance here. We traded and blasted through it yesterday, closed above. We've come back down, retested this order block and pushed up. We've closed above this area here, and it's currently holding. So maybe if you could get a little dollar weakness back into this little area here, that might be enough to push GU up into our selling limit orders, and then it can run higher. So we're going to need to see a little bit of dollar weakness here, maybe come down into these lows and then reverse for us to be able to have a chance to get this triggered in. We have about another hour and we'll be doing our 10K account giveaway. So hang around, don't go anywhere. Or if you do leave, just be back a little bit before the hour is up. I'll be tweeting out instructions on how to be qualified for the 10K account giveaway. I'm going to catch up on some chat here. Okay, good morning, by the way. Haha, Michael, good morning. Fib Zone, as long as the payouts are real, who cares? 100%. If they're paying out your profits from your trading, then that's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter what the account says that you're actually trading on. Bharat says, I know I'm asking for more, but could please explain the discretion that you have in trading model and also how you determine bias. Can you please make a video on that? So my bias is just I look at the daily time frame and I correlate it between the dollar and the foreigns. And so we're in a downtrend. It's a very obvious downtrend on GU, a very obvious, and I use the daily and the weekly. We're in a very obvious downtrend on the euro. So my bias right away is bearish. So I'm only going to be looking for sell setups. So specifically on GU this morning, because I am bearish, I'm only going to be looking for sells, which means if you watch my trading strategy video on my YouTube channel, there is a $10K to $2 million trading strategy that outlines exactly what this setup looks like right here. If you look at this and then you go watch that video, it will look identical to the models that I present in that video. We are looking for sells. So to have a sell setup, we need to see price move in the opposite direction of our bias. We need to see it run up above old highs into buy-side liquidity. So we see price run up into buy-side liquidity. It takes out these old highs. And then as soon as it takes out these highs, we see an immediate reaction to displace below in our direction. Once it displaces through very aggressively, we identify where did this run on liquidity. This is a stop run. This is a stop hunt. Where did this begin? Well, it began with this last down close candle. This last down close candle pushed price down, and then it shot up into buy side liquidity. So once price trades aggressively through that breaker, this becomes a breaker block. Once it trades through that candle, it becomes a breaker block. And then we just look for a fair value gap that was created inside of that breaker, and we use it to target an entry. We set our entry in or around 50% of the breaker inside that fair value gap, and then we place our stop at minimum above the breaker or above the candle that creates the fair value gap. These three candles together create the fair value gap. So we place our stop above it, which is also above this order block, and it's above our breaker block. And now we just are waiting for price. Once it displaces through, the model says price will want to come back up, retest that breaker, rebalance the fair value gap, and then continue on in the direction it wants to go to reach for sell side liquidity, which is in line with our bearish bias. So that's a very quick explanation, and you can pause the video and rewind and watch that as many times as you want. But you can also just go watch the trading strategy video on my YouTube channel, and that will also explain in depth exactly what this strategy looks like. There will be sell examples, and there will be buy options in there. But this is exactly the setup that we look for every single day. A run of liquidity, displacement, breaker, fair value gap, entry, take profit. That simple. Bastion, can you show your fib settings? My fib settings don't really have anything to do with what you're looking at right here. All I have on here is the OTE. So this is the ICT OTE fib settings, the 0.62, 0.705, and 0.79. It's just a retrace of a displacement leg. I have the 50% level to mark out premium and discount. So anything above is in a premium, anything below is in a discount. Or if you're looking to sell, when price is in a premium and then watch price move to a discount. And then down here, I just have some extensions, the 0.27, the 0.5, and the 0.1. These I don't really use these in this specific strategy. I don't use these at all. That's for a different strategy that I use. And for even some of the strategies that I'm using to refine right now for the that I haven't let anyone know about, some of these are incorporated into that. But overall, you don't really need to worry about the fibs for anything on this strategy. Shadow Trades, good evening. Loyalty Family says, look at Aussie dollar. We are tracing at a breaker block zone. Potentially the breaker, you could use this 30-minute candle as a breaker, and there's a fair value gap right here. So potentially, if you use that 30-minute breaker right there, that could be an area of interest. You could even do something like that and something like that. If you're using a 15-minute, this breaker right here is probably what you're referring to. There's not a good, clean, fair value gap inside there. I would be more interested in that 30-minute order block right here. See how price responds when it gets right there. But this fair value gap with this breaker, so this last down close candle, we ran this old high. We ran these old highs, and since we've done that, we've displaced immediately back below. We left behind a fair value gap. So potentially up in this area here on Aussie dollar, potentially. We'll see. John says, but sure, let's give another country not to be named because not trying to get political, $2.7 billion per month. Some estimates put it at closer to $7 billion per month. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that one. Not going to get into that one. Work smart, not hard, says that John. Must be that country in Europe that I keep hearing about. Yeah, the proxy war we're helping fund all in the sake of USA imagined geopolitical interests. Yeah, I'm not touching those. What made you pick this strategy? It's very so. This isn't the only strategy I use, but for this specific $10K to $2 million funding challenge, the reason I picked this chase is because it's very mechanical. There is a little bit of discretion involved in understanding like what a run on liquidity looks like and what displacement looks like. But those are very simple concepts in my mind to learn and to see. Other than that, it's a very mechanical. So did you see a run of liquidity? Check. Did you see displacement after a run on liquidity? Check. Did it displace through and create a fair value gap through the candle that initiated the run on liquidity? Check. Set your limit order, your stop loss, and your TP before sell side or before the other opposite end of liquidity gets run. Check. Set the order. So it's very mechanical. And then once you're in the trade, it's move to break even when price is around 1.5R. Otherwise, you don't do anything. So the main reason I picked it is that it has an above 50% win rate. So more than half the time over the course of 100 trades, okay? Over the course of 100 trades, this has a higher than 50% win rate the way that I trade this. So that's one reason I chose to do this stream specifically around that strategy. And it's a pretty mechanical and simple system to learn for most people. I'm not here to convince you to use this strategy. I need you guys to understand that. I am not here to tell you that this is the strategy you should use to trade. I'm not here to convince you to take the trades that I call out here on the live stream. I truly just want to demonstrate what patience looks like, what mindset looks like, what execution looks like consistently over a long period of time to demonstrate that this is what profitable traders do. This is what funded traders do. They sit, they wait, they're patient, they know exactly what they want to see happen, and then when it happens, they're fine doing absolutely nothing until they see that. They're not in here just pushing buttons every day. They're not taking multiple trades a day. They're taking maybe 8 to 10 to 12 trades per month. Not a lot of you guys are in here taking 5 or 6 trades a day. You're taking 20 trades a week. And the number of traders that are doing that are funded and consistently getting paid out are like 1-2%. The vast majority of traders who are funded and receiving payouts over and over and receiving the most amount in their payouts are those traders who are extremely patient and extremely picky in the trades that they're taking. So don't rush in. That's the whole point of this stream, not to convince you to use this strategy, but to implement the habits and the disciplines that professional traders and profitable traders have in their trading plan. That's really what this live stream is all about, is a demonstration of the habits that you need to execute at a high level and get funded in stack accounts. John says, at Venator Trading finally found something you won't talk about. LOL, I apologize. I'm not trying to get political. War is terrible, and I feel for the common people in the middle of a war. Yeah, I just because there's so many different people from around the world that watch this stream, I'm going to try to avoid that kind of stuff. I'm here to demonstrate how to help people become profitable traders, and that just is what it is. And war is horrible. It should never be the answer. It sucks that we have to live in a world where that happens and that people have to live through and experience that. It just sucks. Just another, just more evidence of why we need hope beyond ourselves and outside of this world to live for and grasp onto, because salvation is not in this world, man. It's not gonna come from anywhere in this world, not from a political leader, not from a country, not from anything inside this world. That's just going to bring more brokenness and sadness, unfortunately. So in the meantime, we can sit here and look at charts and hang out together and talk about how to encourage and inspire each other to be the best versions and traders that we can be. So, El Palon de YouTube. Hi from Venezuela. You inspiration. Thanks for watching from Venezuela, man. That's awesome. Very cool. I think we have a couple of South American watchers and viewers in here. I think we had one from Brazil. I don't know if the guy from Brazil is still here, but I think we've got a couple down from South America. We've got a pretty good African contingent here. We've got a lot of Europeans. There's some from the States. I think the States is actually the lowest amount of viewers that we have consistently is from the States. I think most of our Venator family is overseas. At least I'm in the States. So for me, most of you are overseas on the other side of the world. And I'm glad you're here. Kishore says, your psychology and management is awesome. Thanks, Kishore. That's awesome. I appreciate that. And it doesn't seem awesome to me. It just seems normal right now. It just seems like, oh, this is what you should be doing. So, that's it's just kind of the way I look at trading now. USA. Come on, John. We know John loves the good old USA. John's a full-blooded, red-blooded American, man. He patriot to his core. All right, we've got about 45 more minutes until our 10K account giveaway is happening. I will post a tweet here in about probably 30 minutes or so. And I'll post it. Once I post it, I'll put the link here in the chat, and then you guys will need to repost that tweet. You will need to repost that tweet to be eligible for the Twitter Picker giveaway for the 10K account. Dollar's still finding some strength here as we head into, it's gapped up on that candle and it's looking like it wants to push higher. So I think GU's probably going to run these lows before it gives us a pullback. We may still get a setup on EU. Aussie dollar reached right up into the bottom of that breaker. It touched that breaker. I got to sneeze. Oh, man. Woo, hit that mute button just in time. It touched the breaker block here on the Aussie on the 30-minute, and then it fell right away. It did not get up into the fair value gap, which is what I would have preferred to see it do, is get up into the fair value gap there for an entry on Aussie dollar. It may still get up there, but it just touched that breaker and then fell right back off. I love it, but I don't like some of the things it does. True enough. If price was right below your entry just before news at 1:30, would you cancel the order? No, I'm not going to worry about the news that's coming out today. Those of red folder events are not. It's a preliminary Michigan consumer sentiment. I'm not. They typically don't. They don't provide massive like gaps, and this is one that I actually might need it to give a small little pop to get an entry and then continue lower. So it left yesterday's low in place. That's the only thing I'm concerned about today. Left yesterday's low intact, and now we just hopefully get a retrace and then we get a fall off. Mechanical strategies, little to no discretion needed, are popping a lot nowadays. Some of them are so simple and profitable, back tested and forward tested. Correct. And I think what the main thing with a mechanical system is that you understand that it's not going to work 100% of the time, but it works enough of the time if you have the proper risk reward ratio, that it works enough of the time for you to be profitable. And so it's more like it's not going to work all the time. It's going to work some of the time. And it really comes down to, can you be patient for your system to set up on the charts? That really is what the biggest thing for a mechanical system is. Can you be patient and wait to identify the setup? Most people cannot. Most people cannot wait for the setup to fully form before they execute. They see this run of liquidity, they see price start moving down, and they're like, oh, this is going to displace. And they get in before the displacement happens, and then price just reverses and continues to run further buy-side liquidity. They just don't have the patience. So every system requires patience, but mechanical systems are good because a lot of new traders struggle with the discretion, like just choosing a spot to enter the market. And with a mechanical system, you typically have a very clear, specific spot to enter and a very clear, specific spot to put your stop loss and a very clear, specific spot to put your take profit. And it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. You don't have to trade by a feeling or what your gut says or anything else. You're just managing a system. Bastion says statespeople are richer than world is a reality, and it's okay, good for world. If I think I understand what you're saying, yes. Those who live in America are certainly very blessed and in a financially in a position to help the rest of the world, and we should when we can, I think. But there's a lot of issues that come into that, obviously. But we're not going to get into all that stuff. Ashok, sometimes they feel like that's it. How can it be so simple yet profitable? No way. That too is a problem. They just don't understand that trading does not have to be over. The more you overcomplicate something, the more difficult it is to replicate it and repeat it over and over consistently. So the more simple it is, the easier it is to repeat over and over and over. And so that's the beauty of this little system. There's not a lot of moving parts to it. You do have to be patient. You do have to wait for your setup to appear. But in the end, it's very simple to repeat this. Very simple to repeat this. All right, finally getting our little pump here, a little pullback. That's nice to see. So we'll see how it all plays out. Bastion says, nothing is simple. Look at the years he has put behind to be a profitable. Yeah, it's taken a long time to get here, for sure. It could have been a lot shorter had I had someone like this doing something like this in those years that I was struggling so mightily to get over the hump. News in 10 minutes. Yeah, the first of the Empire State Manufacturing comes out in 10 minutes. So I'm again not going to, if the Empire State Manufacturing causes a massive spike and it hits my entry and immediately hits my stop loss, I'll take it. I don't care. I'm not worried about the Empire State Manufacturing Index report coming out, and if it may be the exact little thing I need to get a little pump up into this breaker and fair value gap. Sniper entry, rollover. How many people can pass even a giveaway challenge is a huge chance. Shadow Trades, I'm on an EU buy. Well, good luck, Shadow Trades. Probably off of that order block right there, I would imagine. How long did it take you to collect the data on 100 trades? It took me over 6 months to get that data. And if you think that's a long time, it's not. When you consider how long you're going to be a trader for the rest of your life, taking 6 months and refining your data and executing for 6 months at an extremely high level to get that data, it's worth it. It's not that long. We've already been doing this for 4 months. We've been doing our live stream for 4 months. And it's gone by very, very quickly. Keyshore Sin says, not for giveaway, but I really appreciate your mindset about trading, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. 4 trades a week is good. Yeah, 4 trades a week is fine. If your setup comes and you see it, you should take it. I've had weeks where I get this set up every single day. And early on when we were doing this stream, we had a week where we had a setup every single day. Monday and Tuesday were break-even days. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we had 3 winners in a row. And we made, what did we make? We made 12% in 1 week, basically. So if you see your setup, you should execute it and take it. And then we've had weeks. We had like a period of over 2 weeks where we didn't take a trade because the setup wasn't there, or we saw our setup and it just didn't get our entry, like potentially that's happening right here. We saw our setup, we just didn't get the pullback to our entry, and price just continued lower off of it. So all of those things can happen. And you just have to, you don't know which one's going to happen. You just execute based on your plan. You either get your price or you don't. You get your price or you don't. So that's what we're waiting on. And we're going to see if we get our price. Ashok says, be ready with 10 magnets and wind on the TP side if we get an entry. Yeah, if we get an entry, I might pop the emojis on. We'll see. DPS, here comes the swerve. This doesn't really constitute a swerve. We didn't get close enough to constitute that as a swerve. I do like that it left behind relative equal highs right here on the 15-minute time frame and on the 30-minute time frame. It's leaving behind a fair value gap right here inside this 30-minute breaker. So on the 30-minute, these last two up close candles, we ran buy side, we displaced through it. On the 30-minute, there's your fair value gap inside the 30-minute. So I still like the setup that we have. It's left the sell side in place. We have some relative equal highs now set up here. If you look at the 10-minute, you can see we're engineering buy side liquidity here. So maybe with the news, you get that pop up, get back into this breaker and fair value gap, and then we continue on with running out sell side liquidity. Of course, with news, we could just drop here and run that, and then we cancel that order. And it's just part of the business. It happens. DPS Capital, here comes the swerve. Oh yeah, we just talked about that. Michael says, I'm looking for buys too, but I'm waiting until after news personally. It's cool if you don't mind trading news, obviously. I trade some news. So there are some red folder events that they don't worry me about having orders set in and around them. But then there's others that I definitely will avoid. And today's news events are ones that I will trade through. Sime says, GU came to the initial buy entry from the morning and the TP is a little bit up from your entry. Didn't take it as it's out of my trading time. Cool, man. You just keep following your plan and you're going to be fine. Just keep following your plan and keep executing. And you're going to be good. So on NU here, if we continue to displace lower, then you would be looking at this area here as your breaker, these two down close candles. Once it displaces through, so you've ran this liquidity, came down. Once it does displace through, if it can leave behind a fair value gap, this might be where you would be looking on NU. Whoever was talking about NU, I probably would do at least a 7 pip stop. And then I would be looking for something like that to run into this sell side liquidity down here. This candle needs to displace and close in a bearish form, and then the very next candle needs to leave behind and create a fair value gap. So even as this candle closes, the next candle that opens needs to put in a wick and then close down here, leave behind that fair value gap that then you can target as your entry that then runs it. So this is a potential setup. We need this candle to close and the next candle before you can even decide that that's something on NU that you would want to look at. So there's your breaker block right here. You need this candle to displace and close down here, and then you need the next candle to leave behind, to close and leave behind a fair value gap. So you still have another 18 minutes or so before there's anything to do with this trade. And this is where a lot of people get messed up trading a mechanical system, is they try to anticipate this and get in now, and they don't wait for the setup to form. This could just grab this sell side liquidity and start rallying back higher. So you have to wait for this candle to close and the next candle to close before you have a setup on NU. Just another minute here. You have your first little red folder news coming out, the Empire State Manufacturing. And we'll see what happens. David Giconti says, only trade after news, far less emotional. And Saeed says, will you ever get into Darwin X? I haven't even looked at Darwin X. I know about it. I know the general concept of it, but I haven't done anything with it yet. Maybe. We'll see. And there you go. It still left yesterday's low in place, but it's probably going to pop back down through there and take it out. Whoops, sorry about that. Little gap down, a couple pips gap down there. Let me see. So the Empire State Manufacturing Index, they were expecting it to be a negative number, and it was a positive number. It was previously negative 19. They were expecting a negative 9.9, and it came in at 1.9. And I don't even know. It's just a manufacturing economic indicator, which basically means that the economy is probably still humming along very aggressively, which is just more indication that they're going to continue to probably raise interest rates on the dollar, which continues to create a bullish scenario for that. So if this candle right here that just opened, if it leaves this fair value gap open, then you could potentially have a in-use sell setup right there. But this 15-minute candle needs to leave this fair value gap open and preferably close below that breaker block. Excuse me. All right, we've got 30 minutes now until our 10K account giveaway. Wow, what a news reaction. See, this is why I say I don't this is a news event that I don't, it doesn't bother me to trade through that. You get very often these manufacturing reports, you just get a 3 or 4 pip volatile move on something like this. It did give you a little bit of a gap down from, what is that, 40.03. So it was like a 4 pip gap. That's not anything to get crazy excited about or anything. This is like this gap right here was 24.73 and 24.6. That's like a 14 pip gap. See, that's a gap that you don't want to have to. That's a gap you don't want to trade news on. A little 3 pip, 4 pip gap, not that big of a deal. Not when you're not in this system. I'm guessing that this is not going to give us a entry. Sadly, I think it's probably going to run out the sell side liquidity here. And we'll have to cancel this. I got saved by my trading time rule. Awesome. Sharif asked, do you still journal? No. Not in the way that you probably think of journaling. I have all of my data from the dashboards on all of my accounts and my funding firms. I have all of that data that I use in an Excel spreadsheet. So I track my wins, my losses, my win rate, but actually journaling and taking pictures of trades. I have this YouTube stream. I can watch at any time to go back. So that's a form of journaling, but I don't screenshot and keep a photo journal of my trades anymore. No, I do not do that. Now, if I start forward testing a new strategy, I will for a period of time. As I seek to refine entries and such, but right now I don't do that anymore. I'm just mainly concerned with the outcome of the trades, and I get all that information from my firm dashboards now. So That Aussie trade came right up into that breaker and is beautiful falling off. So this is one way to trade the breaker, is don't even worry about the fair value gap and just trade the touch of the breaker. If you do that, you still need to keep your stop up here, which means that your TP has a lot more work to do, which is fine. You can trade just the touch of the breaker. I prefer to trade the fair value gap and the 50% line of the breakers. That way my TPs can be way up here if I get my entry. I often get sniper type entries and I have a very short TP. But you can see just touching the breaker itself is there's often a very quick reaction just from touching those breakers a lot of times. You don't even have to include the breaker, or you don't even have to include the fair value gap piece of this strategy to trade the breaker setup. You can just trade the touch of the breaker and be gone. What do you think of the EJ setup? I wasn't 100% on the run on liquidity, so just watching. I haven't looked at EJ in forever, so I don't even know what the setup is. If it's like GJ, it's just in this crappy sideways motion. You do have a run on liquidity. It did take this out, displace back through. You have a little bit of a 4-hour breaker you're inside of right now. It's just a very choppy price action on GJ, which is a lot like EJ. Traded back up into this big rebalance, this fair value gap. Came back up, taken out the slow, traded below it, come back up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, technically you have this as a breaker right there. You do have the fair value gap that it reached right back up into right there. And now it's completely fallen away. I would have my stop there and a TP there. I guess technically, yes, that is a breaker. But you just have to decide what your bias is on EJ, and that's the hardest part for me on the yen pairs right now, is what my bias would be. But you had a run of liquidity, displacement through, you have a breaker, you have a fair value gap right here. It reached right back up into that fair value gap and it's fallen away. There goes GU. So we're going to cancel this order now. That order has been officially deleted. Delete, 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 cancel, cancel, cancel. There it goes. She falls off a cliff. I'm going to copy that image. I'm going to go tweet that out just to give everyone an update. Trade update. GBP USD cancel. Sell limit. No retrace given. No entry. We might potentially have another opportunity here because you could use a breaker down here. So if we just delete all this, we delete that. If we move this, you could use some of these candles here as breakers. Probably would want to use that right there. And then you could use that volume imbalance potentially as your fair value gap. It is basically the same thing. So we may still have another opportunity here, and you may have one on euro dollar as well. So it's not like we could still get another setup here. But we're going to need the next candle to close before we can identify that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tweet something out here. And then that will be our giveaway tweet that you guys will need to repost. So let's see, what should we tweet about that we have everyone repost? Sharif, were you always this calm while trading? Do I seem calm? I don't even think about being calm. Do I seem calm? I guess I do. I don't know. Did you have to overcome your emotions over time? How long did it take you to become profitable or receive payouts? It took me a good 4 years, 3.5, 4 years before I became profitable. It's only in the last 1.5 to 2 that I've consistently been okay. I guess I'm calm. I don't know. I don't get super excited one way or the other about stuff like this anymore. It's become pretty boring, which actually the live stream has helped helped a lot to take out the boredom of trading. That's the one. Just felt messy. Loyalty family, look at gold breaker forming on 15 minutes. Ooh, somebody wants to look at the gilded gal. Someone wants to look at the gilded gal. Daily chart. I mean, how do you even decide what gold is doing? It's just, yeah, it still looks like gold. It did come right back up into this breaker or this order block inside this fair value gap. So I would probably be more bearish than anything. Anticipate this order block to hold on gold. It's come back up, taken out buy side liquidity, rebalanced, tapped up into this daily. This is the daily order block right here. It's tapped up into it right now. We have run buy side liquidity. We're starting to get a pull away. On the 30-minute, we would need to see some closures, and the 15-minute, we're going to need to see some closures below these levels before you have any kind of setup forming. So you still have some time on gold. You could potentially have that set up, yes. So you just kind of have to wait and see. Nothing there yet. Be interesting to see US 30 here. Similar breaker type setups happening in play. I think I would probably use these, but you do have fair value gaps inside of breakers right here. But I don't know that I would completely trust that just yet. I would wait probably till the 9:30 open to see before I would be interested in any kind of US 30 position. So we've taken out yesterday's low now. Euro dollar still has not come back down towards it, but the new 15-minute candle is opened. If this candle leaves behind a fair value gap inside of here, then we potentially have a euro dollar breaker set up here where we've run buy side liquidity, and now we're getting some displacement down through it. But we're going to need this candle to leave behind some kind of fair value gap inside this breaker, not above it, not below it, inside it. So probably about where it is right now. If it starts turning around and we could get some closer down here, then maybe we'll get it set up. Same on GU. We might potentially have another opportunity to get short here and target some sell side liquidity down here. Once you see price has left you, do you feel the need to chase it? Nope. I do not. I do not feel that. Not anymore. I used to feel it all the time, and now I just realized that the market isn't going anywhere. There's going to be setups literally every single day on different pairs, and there's no reason. You're not missing anything. You get your entry on your price, or there is no trade, and it doesn't matter. You're not missing anything. You're not losing anything. You're there. You are a systems manager. Stop thinking of yourself as a trader. You are a systems manager. If your system is there, you take it. And if it's not, you don't. You just watch it go. And you go, oh, that's cool. Look at those candles print. Awesome. And then you just move on. Shadow triggered stop loss. Brad, how does yesterday's vote ended on favorite BFP partner? Oh, it wasn't like an official vote. It was just BFP trying to initiate and generate conversation. I am probably I'm the smallest partner on BFP when it comes to social media following. I am definitely the smallest partner. I have the smallest amount of followers. So I would not win a popularity contest on anything, any kind of official vote. I don't have the number of people who follow me. I'm the newest social media person that they're working with. I've only had my account for 4 months, and we're nearly 1,500 followers on Twitter and nearly 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. The other guys, their social media following has been around a lot longer, and they have several thousand, if not tens of thousands of followers. So there's no way I could even compete in a popularity contest. But Bespoke sees the value that we offer here, and they like what I'm doing in helping other traders learn how to do this for free. And so they're excited to partner and watch our stream grow, watch the following grow. And then over time, maybe we'll get there one day and have the same amount of followers that everybody else does. We'll see. John says, I was short on gold versus a different strategy, but got stopped out by 2 ticks 30 minutes ago. That sucks, John. I'm sorry, man. Sorry to hear that. Doesn't look like it wants to give that displacement on gold that you would need. Excuse me. Bashy said, I just want to be here to say congrats to the next winner because the randomized giveaway is not good enough for a listener like me. Oh, man, I have no control. There's only like 43 people in here, and 2 of them are me because I have the stream going on my computer and the stream on my phone just so I can make sure that there's no glitches going on. So there's only like 40 people in here. You have a 1 in 40 chance of winning. So... Oh, I need to tweet something out, don't I? I never did that. Let me tweet. What am I going to tweet? We'll just do this. There you go. All right, I just tweeted that out, so you can go and repost that on Twitter, please. And that will qualify you for the 10K account giveaway. So repost it just says 10K giveaway in 10 minutes. Repost to qualify. Must be on live stream to win. So repost that, and you're good to go. I will get Twitter Picker pulled up here. We got about 9 more minutes. Twitter Picker giveaway. There it is. It's working. So repost the one that I just put in that link. If you're just joining the stream, you need to repost that link on your Twitter profile or on your Twitter page, and then that will qualify you for the giveaway, and then we'll do that here in about 8 minutes. If I had a nickel for every time I heard that. Not all that glitters is gold. ICT Michael might have popped up on today's live stream. Not holding my breath for that ever to happen. I doubt he will want to pop into this stream. I mean, he could. He has randomly popped into other people's streams before. But I'm not holding my breath. Use the GU trade. Oh, you were talking about for the post. Yeah, I already posted it. Sorry. Not all that glitters is XAU. I like it. If I win, can I give it out to Venator Live members? Sure. Absolutely. If you've already won a giveaway, I would say don't repost that. But if you did and you win, I would definitely think you should give that away to someone else. If you've already won one, let someone else have a go. Let someone else have a shot at it. All right, let's go. GU, leaving behind an interesting little fair value gap off of that breaker. EU didn't get the same follow through. Interesting here is you could potentially use this AU breaker here. Depending on how the next candle closes on AU, you might have another potential setup here on AU. But you're going to need the next 15-minute candle to close before you did that. Gold, still not getting any follow through there. The indexes are showing quite a bit of weakness. Quite a bit of weakness here. If I was looking at the 1 hour here, this is the last down close candle that ran buy side and you're getting displacement through it. So depending on how the next hour candle closes, you might have a setup here on US 30 to run that lower. I don't know. We'll see. AU for the chat pair for the week. This is probably our next best opportunity to get into a sell here on AU. But we'll need that next candle to close properly for us to do that. probably just use those three together there. Use the bodies. So we'll see. We got about 4 more minutes, and we'll watch AU here. We'll watch GU. We'll watch EU. I don't think EU is going to be a good setup. GU might. It's not looking great. I like AU probably the best here, quite honestly. AU looks pretty good for another potential sell setup there. There's not enough people in here to fawn over him, says John. But if he showed up, they would all show up and start fawning over him. That's the way his influence works. Come on, folks. We need more sycophants if we want ICT to show up. DBS Capital, you're on the 30-minute. It's good on the 15. On gold? No, it's not good. I like this AU setup, though. I think I might get AU set up here, just ready to go. Yeah, I like that. With 2 minutes to go, I'm going to go ahead and call that out. I'm going to do a sell limit there on AU, and let me go ahead and put this in. 64516. Go ahead. That's my entry right there, and my stop will be 64611. Which would be right there. And then my TP is 64. Oops. Let me just do this. 315. There you go. Copy image. Post it out. Tweet. Trade alert. AUD, USD. Sell limit. Entry is 0.64516. Stop loss is 0.64611, and TP is 0.64315. Post, send, bam. 2 trade alerts in one day. What is going on? What is going on? I don't even understand myself right now. Who is this guy? Who is this guy on this live stream right now? What is happening? All right, let me get that. I need to make sure my other accounts are set up here. Stand by. What the heck? There we go. Lines. Let me just make sure that's 64516 or 611 and 64315. There you go. Lockout. Sell limit set. And one more. Lock calc and sell limit. All right, everything's placed. Everything is placed. Sell limit in place. All right, maybe we'll get a pullback here on AU. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. You're on the 30-minute. Ashok says, ICT's proud of you. I'm thinking about going long on ES at 45.43. All right. I think we're all set. We've got a new trade alert. We're watching AU now. EU did not give us that pullback. GU might, but I don't. Just something about that doesn't look right or feel right to me. DXY still has not taken out yesterday's high, so I like that. So if we could get a little weakness here, a little pullback, get triggered in, and then we could target this sell side liquidity here for our TP today. Muhammad, we are getting pace back. Loyalty family, I missed the whole week today and the Lucky Charm is here. All right, guys. It's time for the 10K account giveaway. Gosh, let me clear my throat. We called out 2 trades today. When's the last time that happened? It's been a long time since we called out 2 trades in one stream. It's also been a long time since we've gotten triggered in to a good trade on the stream. So things are changing. Things are changing. All right. So if you have not, last opportunity here, last opportunity to tweet. Oh, I didn't even grab it. Last opportunity to tweet this right here. Control V. Oh, Control C. There we go. Control V. There's your tweet. If you are in the stream right now and you have not reposted that tweet, you need to go repost it to qualify for the giveaway. Currently, there are 52 reposts, and there are only 49 people watching the stream. So 3 people have reposted this and they're not on the stream, which is funny. It's always funny to me. It's funny to me that you would want to qualify yourself for a giveaway and then not show up to win the giveaway. But we'll see how it goes. All right, giveaway time. For 25,000 likes, ICT will tell us. All right, let me minimize this. There we go, and then we're gonna pull up our Twitter picker website here. We use this every week, and I'm going to post the tweet right here. We're going to load it up, get rid of all these ads. I'm not getting compensated for those ads. I don't want them on my screen. We're looking for one winner. You do need to follow Venator Trading on Twitter. You don't have to have a picture. No banner, no location, no description. Doesn't matter how many tweets you've ever done. We're going to continue. And it's going to pull in all of our... look, we've got a female trader in here. The Newsom group. Welcome in. At least that's a female picture. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just your wife or something. I don't know. But everybody... John's not on the first page today. Maybe that's a good sign for John. Let's see where John's at. Let's see Mr. Partha. Bialamansky. Shadow... who else we got in here? There's Ashok. There's John on page 3. Saeem's already won. If he wins again, he's going to give it to somebody else. EU traders in here. Who else we got? Fatal Flaw, gone. Jamie Klingsmith, another female trader, looks like, perhaps. Jamie could be a girl name or a guy name. There he is, Natman, Prospect FX. Corey, good luck, Corey. Oh, let's go to 6. Shockface, Adrian Dunamis, DPS Capital. All right, so that's everybody that's qualified here. Everybody that's on that page, there's 54 total entries. We're going to click continue. And where are we going here? Okay, so begin the draw. So our winner will come up right here. All right, before we click this winner, I say this every week. I am grateful for Bespoke Funding allowing us to give away these giveaways. I know that they're extremely important, and for a lot of people, being able to purchase a 10K account just is completely out of the realm of possibility. And so I know that that can be helpful. The downside to winning an account is you don't have any skin in the game, and people often treat them like slot machines and lottery tickets, and they don't exercise good discipline. They don't wait for their A+ setups to form. They just continue to do dumb things and they blow it. They don't treat it like it's an actual real account. This is an account that potentially could change the trajectory of your financial situation for a long time to come. And I need you to treat it like that. I want you to get in our Discord channel. I want you to be here on the live stream. I want you to watch. I want you to learn. I want you to exercise the discipline and the patience that it takes to pass these challenges and to get funded and to get payouts. That's where it all starts. And I hope that this 10K account can be that for you. So good luck to everyone that's entered. I hope that one of our loyal followers will win this. There's only about 45 of you in here right now, so one of you is going to win. And most of you are here every day, so it's probably going to be one of you. Here we go. We are about to do our draw. Drum roll. The winner is Anand Rajhans. If you are in the stream, congratulations. Please message me here. Everyone was immediately like, he's not here. He's not here. He may not be here. We'll see. We'll give him a moment to respond in the chat and let me know that he's here. And if he's not, then we'll redraw. I don't know. Oam Hersey says here. Fibzone says I'm here. You're going to need to direct message me on Twitter to prove you exist and that you won this. Anand Rajans. YouTube username is Fibzone. That's fine. It could be, but we're going to need to get verification. Please DM me on Twitter. I've seen Fibzone in here before, but I don't know that that's Anand Rajhans. So just DM me on Twitter and we will get that verified. And then once we get that verification, we will... Somebody, Anand Rajans has messaged me on Twitter. So it's AKA Fibzone. Cool. Congratulations, my friend. I'll give you some instructions here in just a moment on how to claim that account with Bespoke. But congratulations, Anand Rajans, Fibzone. Stick around in the stream, man. I hope that we'll see you in here more often. And I hope that you'll take advantage of what we're doing here and use that to your benefit to pass this challenge. So congrats, my friend. Way to go. Don't worry about if you didn't win. We're going to do these every single week. We do a giveaway every week. If you're in the Discord channel and you're active in there on the Discord channel, you have a chance to win a $25,000 account, which is bigger than 2.5 times bigger than these 10Ks. So all it takes is you to be an active member in the Discord channel, participate in the chat, participate in the discussion, encourage, inspire, ask questions, post charts, Drop gifts and jokes if you want. I don't care. We're just trying to build the community over there and keep everyone active and involved. So I hope that you'll participate in that. And I will pick someone this month to win a 25K account in the Discord channel. Also, in about a week and a half, we're going to be doing a 100K challenge giveaway to celebrate the 100th live stream. Bespoke, our partner, our sponsor for this stream, Bespoke Funding Program, they are awesome and incredibly generous to allow us to give these accounts away. And to celebrate the 100th live stream, they're going to give us a 100K challenge to give away. And we will do that here live on the live stream on Tuesday, September 26th. Assuming I don't miss any streams between now and then, that will be our 100th day live stream. It's Tuesday, September 26th. So you still have a lot of chances to win one of these accounts. So don't fret if you show up every week and you're not winning. It's time is on your side, and we're not going anywhere, and we will keep giving these accounts away. So thanks, man. Can't believe it. Well, congratulations, FibZone. Do you have any accounts right now? Do you have any challenges going on? Have you ever been funded before? Give me a little history on what you've been doing with trading right now. Let us know in the chat. Congrats and make it count. FibZone, congrats. Yeah, you guys should definitely be giving him congrats. Shalise says congrats. Welcome back in, Shalise. Glad you're here. Corey, congrats. FibZone, thank you, everyone. Congrats, bro. Saim says how this Greco guy is taking 86 trades in 4 days and maintaining a 95% win rate with 13 RR. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Our Aussie dollar trade is coming back up and approaching our entry, so we'll see what happens there. Texilco says one 100K account or 10 10K accounts. One $100,000 account is what we're giving away. The 100th live stream, we will give away one 100K account. So that's going to be happening here pretty soon. So Aussie dollar approaching our entry here, getting a nice little pullback into this breaker, into this fair value gap, into a volume imbalance from that news gap down. So we'll see what happens here on this entry. If we can get it. Gold is pumping pretty hard there. Dollar is showing quite a bit of weakness. GU pumping hard. EU's pumping hard. Mr. Partha says, I have phase 1 account since May, still not able to pass. That's okay. I mean, to be able to hold on to an account that long and not violate the drawdown, even though you haven't hit the profit target, that's okay. It's perfectly fine. No big deal. No big deal. Perfectly okay. All right, so good stream today. I'll stay on here. It looks like we're about to get tagged in, so I'll stay on and see if we can get tagged into this trade. Hopefully we don't get swerved. This is approaching swerve territory right here. So we've actually touched the bottom of that breaker block right here. We've touched the bottom of it, and we've gotten into that fair value gap. On the MT5 chart, what it doesn't show on this trading view chart is the gap down right here. There's a gap right where my entry is from that news event. It doesn't show it on trading view, but it does show it on MT5. And that's where my entry is at. So we'll see how this plays out here. But I would like to see it come back up a little bit higher into that into that volume imbalance that it left behind. So that's what I'm hoping for, is a tap back up into that volume imbalance. Have you ever tried swing trade? No, I haven't. I have no appetite for wanting to hold trades overnight and over weekends. I just don't want to have anything to do with that. My GUTP just got swerved by zero point 0.2 pips. That sucks, Ben. I'm sorry. We better get another pump. You might get another pump. We'll see. It'd be interesting to see what happens when you have these relative equal highs up there. So it could be running for those. EU could be running for those relative equal highs as well. So we'll see. We need one more little pump on Aussie dollar here before we get some more weakness. So my entry is right at the OTE level and just above the 50% of the last displacement leg down. So I want to see price climb right back up in there, but it's approaching swerve territory right here. We got up to 6.4, almost 6.45, and we need to get to 6.451. So we're basically 2 pips away. So 2 pips, that's swerve land. If you missed your entry by 2 pips, that's swerve land. Hey, love. What? Repping the Astros. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's you gotta pull for your team. You gotta pull for your squad. What's going on with my? Hopefully the dogs don't start barking. You know that they do all the time. So, Mr. Alfie, Mr. Partha G, nice to have a fellow long-term trader. I've got a challenge account that I've had since last October. Dang. You've been in a challenge since last October. Holy cow. What are you trading, like 0.01%? That's incredible. Saeem says, and I'm here thinking I've done something big by holding an account. Saeem, that is big. For a lot of traders, holding an account for an entire month is a big, huge step in the right direction. So you should definitely be proud of that. You should definitely be proud of that. Man, if we get swerved here again, so frustrating. So frustrating. We just need one more little pop-up. We do have some news still coming out at 8:30. Or I mean, I guess it's at 10, isn't it? So we still have a little bit of time for that. We've been holding this funded account and these challenges since the middle of June. Right towards the end of June. So all of July, all of August, and most of September now. Or all of September that we've got so far. So, oh, there's no time limit. There's no rush. There's no reason to try to push it down and make it happen faster than it needs to. Again, your focus should not be on making money. It should be on managing the system that you have to trade. Do you think GU will get to the liquidity area below or around 23,684? Yes, I do. I think that it's already tapped into those swing lows right there. I do think whether it's today or next week, I think it gets down into that swing level there. Whether that's today or next week, I don't know, but I do think it will. Mr. Alfie says, I practice risk management and reduce the amount I risk the further into drawdown I go. Problem is that it then takes longer to get out. Psychology wasn't good before I came here as well. That is the downside of reducing your risk. You are dulling your edge of your trading plan. And yes, it does. It changes and lowers the equity curve. It makes it not so aggressive. I understand the reasoning behind that, but at the same time, you're handicapping your profit potential when you do that. And so I'm not a fan until you're about to violate your drawdown. I'm not a fan of changing. You know that if you've been here a while, I don't think you should change your risk profile until you're close to violating your drawdown limit, because you need that risk reward ratio to work in your favor. Its job is to pull you out of drawdown. And if you keep changing it, you're dulling your edge that you have. And just execute the trade. Let the plan play out over time. It's only harder in your mind because you realize how close you are to becoming funded, and you think that it's much more difficult. Again, you guys are focusing on the wrong thing. It doesn't matter what phase you're in. It doesn't matter what funded amount you have. Your plan, you're focusing on the wrong things. You just need to focus on your setups. You need to focus on executing and managing your setups. That is the goal. That's the goal. So execute high probability setups, A+ setups. That's what you need to be focused on. And then it doesn't matter what phase you're in or what drawdown you're in or what profit you're in. You're letting the probabilities play out over time. Philip says, slow and steady wins the race. Look for only 2 to 3 A+ setups a week. If it takes a month or a year, it doesn't matter. Just be consistent. That is correct. That's the way to think about it. That is definitely the way to think about it. Looks like we're, man, it just looks like we're going to get swerved. 6, 4, 5. That's unfortunate if that's the case. It's coming right back up into this 30-minute order block right here, right into the wick to the body. Ugh. Getting a reaction off of that. Trading New York session on Fridays gives me anxiety, not going to lie. Metro.
You said that?
No. Metro, good morning. Welcome in. Been a minute. Yeah, US 30 definitely is, you got a little bit of on the 1 hour there. You can have a potential setup here on the 1 hour, leaving behind a big fair value gap. So it's this 930 open comes, the New York 930 open comes, you might look for a pullback up into there to then target lower, but we'll see. Brad, it seems like you have turned on that filter. No, I'm on live chat. Question above about GU. No, I answered. I said you asked about the liquidity area around 23684. I said I do think it's going down there. I think it's going to come down here. I don't know if it's today or next week, but I do think that's where the draw on liquidity is. So what pair have you got in order? AU. That's correct. We got an order set on AU right here. Look at that face. You wouldn't.
You wouldn't be able to do it.
You wouldn't. Yeah, I've been taking advantage of the late morning starts a new job. Yep. Oh yeah, he's getting a haircut today, isn't he? Kirby's getting a haircut. Kirby has a spa day planned. Kirby is going to get his haircut because he looks horrible right now, and maybe he'll be nicer after he gets his haircut. I'm not holding my breath. Man, the markets are just absolutely tanking. S&P, NAS, US 30 are just completely falling off cliffs here right now. Dollar is holding steady. Still hasn't taken out yesterday's high. I need Aussie dollars just not cooperating. We're gonna get swerved by 2 pips again. A before and after with Kirby? Yeah, maybe. I mean, they've seen him. We can hold Kirby up and you can see what Kirby looks like. And then maybe Monday you can see the... Or I'll post a picture on Discord or something. He's a freaking gremlin, man. Shalise says, yes, let's see Kirby. Let me see him. Hold him up. Hey, good Lord. Just... there, where is he? I can't.
How do I do it?
You just put him up here by my shoulder. You can't see him. Oh, there he is. Kirby.
Look over here.
He's blind, deaf, and... Oh, there he is. Oh, you got a little bit of picture. He's getting a haircut today. He is not your buddy, Shalise. Don't... He is not your buddy.
Yes, he is, Shalise.
He is a little demon monster. You think he looks adorable, but he is not adorable. You can ask Metro. Metro is my son. He's in here. He is not adorable. He is a little demon. My wife is the only one that truly, truly loves Kirby. I think all of us like Kirby, but we don't love Kirby.
Shelby loves Kirby.
Shelby might love Kirby. He says... Metro says, better watch your ankles when you're around him. 100%. He will try and eat your ankles off.
Unless you step on
100% of the time. All right, there's the 8:30 open. We'll see what kind of pump we get, if at all, from the indices. US 30 pulling back pretty aggressively there. Gold, not really. Aussie continues to fall. So I don't know if we're going to get our entry or not. All right, y'all, there's not much left to do here. We've got our entry set. I thought we might get triggered in there about 20 minutes ago, and it just pulled off and swerved around us. So I think that's probably going to be it. If something else happens, if we get our entry tagged, I'll definitely update on Twitter and Discord. And if you're not in the Discord, I can throw that link up here. Let me throw that in here. The Discord link, if you're not in it, you can jump over and join. It's free to be over there. But jump in over there. Be a part of the community. We'll be giving away a 25K account to someone over there this month. But otherwise, man, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Get out, away from the charts. Go hang out with the people you love and like. Do something fun. But don't just sit and stare at charts. Your brain needs time away. Your eyes need time away from the charts. Again, if something happens on this setup here, I will post it on Twitter and Discord. But listen, I appreciate you guys jumping in here and being a part of the stream again today and all this week. Hope it's been helpful for you. But stay safe. Happy hunting. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you guys on Monday morning at 7 a.m. Adios, y'all.